Here's what's happening right now on Apple Valley News Now, live in prime time. Citizens help cops catch 3 suspects after a stolen car crashes in Richland this afternoon. How neighbors played a key role in getting them off the streets. Plus,
if they didn't have family to go to, we'd be working with the Red Cross, and Red Cross would have come in here to make sure that they had some place to go.
a family dog is being called a hero after alerting its owners to a fire this morning in West Richland. How the pup's quick thinking saved lives. Then Kennewick schools want voters to renew 2 levies this February. What these levies would pay for and why district officials say they're important. Josh?
And the winds have really ramped up over the past few hours. This camera has been shaking. I'll tell you when we can expect the winds to die down, and that's going to be coming up on Apple Valley News Now in prime time, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Hi everybody, good evening. Thank you for joining us for this special primetime edition of Apple Valley News Now after college football. I'm Austin Reed. It is Friday, December the 5th. We're going to start with a crime alert. Authorities say it was with community help. They were able to capture 3 people who ran from a stolen vehicle after it crashed in a Richland neighborhood this afternoon. West Richland officers and BCSO began tracking a stolen vehicle in West Richland. The driver of the car took off and ended up crashing near Hillwood Street and Columbia Park Trail in Richland. People in that neighborhood helped authorities find the suspects after they ran and got them into custody. A family dog is being credited with saving the lives of its owners after their home started on fire this morning in West Richland. The blaze broke out in the 1200 block of Broadview Drive just before 8:30 this morning. Firefighters say the blaze started in the garage and the family's dog began barking, alerting them to get out of the house. When fire crews got to the scene, they found heavy smoke and flames coming from the garage.
You know, most fatal fires happen in the middle of the night because we're sleeping. In this case, they were awake, they were moving around already in the morning, getting things going for the day, so they were aware of the fire pretty quickly. So that gave us the time to get here and contain it to the garage.
Shearer says the fire may have started due to a space heater being used to keep pets warm, and some of their pets have not yet been found. Now, the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Talk about a windy night all across our region with gusts knocking down branches and making travel tricky. Winds started picking up in the afternoon, blowing 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts near 45 in the Tri-Cities area. This was the scene in central Kennewick around 8 this evening. Drivers and pedestrians should be cautious and secure any loose outdoor items. This comes as December's full cold moon of 2025 is rising in Gemini. Well, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth here now and for Stacy, and you've been tracking the wind, and with the weekend coming up, there's more to track.
Yes, a lot of rainfall in the Cascades over the next week, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Like Austin was talking about, all those branches swaying around and all the winds across the region really picked up over the last few hours, and we have more to go for tomorrow, although they could maybe be a touch lighter for tomorrow. This is not a typo, folks. 10 to 12 inches of rain possible in the Cascades over the next week, so there will be a localized flooding threat, and our high temperatures are going to feel abnormally warm for this part of December. It could be in the low 60s in the Tri-Cities as soon as Wednesday. Okay, current wind gusts right now, we're in a little bit of a lull in the lower Columbia Basin, but look at Sada's Pass, 57 miles per hour, 51 miles per hour for Cabbage Hill, 44 miles per hour for Tollgate, so you get the gist. It is windy all over the place right now, but especially for our mountain ridges. Okay, current temperatures, you're seeing that downsloping impact from the winds, the impacts from the warm front, so mid-50s in the basin, but where we're not seeing that, more cold air damming up in the Kittitas Valley as we're in the mid-30s there. A few snow showers this evening in the Cascades, the rest of us looking pretty dry. So for tonight, 30s and 40s, high winds. High winds going to continue for tomorrow, but we should see mostly sunny skies, and I'll talk about how the winds are going to progress for Saturday coming up a little bit later in the show.
New tonight, Washington State University's head coach Jimmy Rogers has taken a head coach job at Iowa State. The college says Rogers has signed a 6-year contract with the Cyclones. He has been serving as head coach at WSU and led the Cougs to a bowl game his first season in the Palouse. You can learn more about the change right now on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. The United States and Australia will face off in Seattle in the 2026 FIFA World Cup in June. The official World Cup drawing happened today. President Trump took part in the draw ceremony in Washington, D.C., where 48 teams were placed into 12 groups. The U.S., as a host nation, landed in Group D. Team USA will open in Los Angeles before coming to Seattle to take on Australia. The World Cup opens in Mexico City, with Mexico facing South Africa. Other news tonight, the Kennewick School District is asking voters to renew 2 of its 4-year levies in a special election this February. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with district officials about why these levies matter and what they would fund.
The Kennewick School District, like many other local districts, will soon be asking voters to renew 2 4-year levies, one that covers education programs and daily operations, and another focused on safety, security, and classroom technology. The EPO levy is estimated at $1.71 to $1.74 per $1,000 of assessed value, while the safety levy is projected between 50 and 61 cents per $1,000 over 4 years.
Our marimba programs at our elementaries or our activities that we have at our secondary or middle schools and high schools, to pay for those activities, that comes from the levy as an opportunity.
Hansen says the safety and IT levy also funds the district's school safety officers, many of them retired law enforcement.
We have a unique program in the Kennewick School District where we have school safety officers, where we have retired Washington State Patrol. We just hired the most recent retiree from the Benton County Sheriff to be one of our elementary school safety officers.
Together, both levies make up about 9% of the district's total budget, and if the EPO levy passes, the district qualifies for local effort assistance.
Those dollars for us would equate to almost $16 million, a little over $16 million a year. That's our estimate. And there's a formula that drives that, but it's based on our levy rate, which has to be above $1.50 and below $2.50.
Hansen acknowledged levies have failed during the pandemic years, but he says he's seen strong, consistent support from the community since then.
The experiences or the communication that I have is there's a continued support of our schools and what we're accomplishing in the Kennewick School District.
The Kennewick School District Superintendent tells me that levies are a crucial funding source for the school district. However, levies passing, on the other hand, are dependent upon the values of the community and if the school district is in line with them.
You need to make sure that your message is clear, it's accurate, and that it is well known. So we try and get that out in many ways that we can, so that when it comes to voting, people can make an informed choice.
The district says it will continue educating families about levies and working to maintain student programs, safety services, and classroom technology. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
The special election will be held February 10th, and ballots will be mailed out beginning January 21st. The Moses Lake School District submitted a plan to end the educators' strike. The district says its proposal has restored many of the provisions from the previous contract the union had requested, and it is offering a 2% increase in pay. Employees will also receive retroactive pay. No word yet on if the union will accept the proposal. There has been no school all week due to the ongoing strike. Franklin County leaders say something has to change on Highway 395, and they are calling for a major regional discussion to make it happen. Commissioners Stephen Bauman and Clint Didier, along with State Senator Nikki Torres and Representative Mark Clicker, are sounding the alarm after a growing number of deadly crashes on the highway just north of Pasco. So they are holding a joint work session to talk through possible fixes. You are invited. The meeting is set for this coming Wednesday, so December 10th at 10 a.m. That's at the Hapo Center on Burden Boulevard in Pasco. New in prime time tonight, the Yakima Nation is urging the Bonneville Power Administration to release more than $50 million in salmon recovery funds. The tribe says BPA promised the money would remain available after the Columbia Basin Fish Accords expired, but is now withholding it over what the BPA calls a litigation issue. The Yakima Nation disputes that, saying it was a routine court filing and that BPA's move threatens key habitat and hatchery projects. Tribal leaders want the funding restored, saying it is critical for salmon recovery in the region. Congressman Dan Newhouse and U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright are at Pacific Northwest National Laboratory this week, listening to scientists about how their work is shaping the future of American energy. The tour highlighted new technology being commissioned under the Department of Energy's Office of Science, specifically in the Biological and Environmental Research Program. Secretary Wright called the country's national labs the crown jewels of scientific innovation, saying PNNL stands out as one of the best in the world.
PNL is absolutely world-class. Big, broad, collaborative, smiling faces. People love what they do here. I'm thrilled to spend the day with them here and thrilled to see the future of this lab thrive.
While he was there, Wright also talked about President Trump's new Genesis mission, an executive order directing federal agencies to use artificial intelligence to speed up scientific discovery. The nation's labs, including PNNL, will play a major role in that effort.
Feel me? We're just really into the volunteering thing for people who need it and the children.
Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now in prime time, hundreds of volunteers packed Three Rivers Convention Center today. Coming up, how they're making a big difference for local kids. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth returns with your weekend first alert weather forecast. We'll be right back.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
At Legends Casino Hotel, we believe the perfect meal begins long before it reaches the table. That's why we partner exclusively with Royal Ranch, a family farm right here in Washington. From Royal Ranch to Legends, every cut of beef we serve begins on land cared for by people who believe in feeding their community responsibly. These cattle are pasture-raised, nourished through a regenerative loop that gives back to the soil and sustains the planet. For us, it's more than food. It's tradition, it's respect for the land, and pride in the people who make it possible. Treat yourself to all-natural pasture-raised, flame-broiled steaks, or melt in your mouth succulent prime rib. Try one of our towering burger creations, the legendary Mount Hood and Mount Adams. Stacked high with all your favorite fixing to satisfy the heartiest appetites and deliver a flavor experience that's bold, memorable, and unmistakably Northwest. From the first sizzle to the last bite, every dish tells a story. Taste the trust. Taste the tradition. Taste Royal Ranch beef, proudly crafted and executed by our culinary trained professionals at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. Always local, always better, always legendary.
Looking for Santa Claus? He's right here with us at Queensgate Gardens. Visit us today for your best selection of Christmas trees and wreaths for this season's holiday cheer. Bring your family and find the perfect tree. Customize your own wreath and pick out fresh, colorful poinsettias. Visit us at Queensgate Gardens today.
Friday, December 12th.
This is the biggest challenge any of us have ever done.
Don't miss the ABC sneak peek of the Disney Plus docuseries, The End of an Era, a special ABC preview, Friday, December 12th, and stream it all on Disney Plus.
She saw a link.
Through, I think it was Apple Valley News.
And in less than a year, her family had their first home. Thanks to Letitia Young for using a link at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
It's an amazing feeling.
Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
This card is going to be the ticket to the rest of your career. Welcome to American Idol University.
American Idol is back.
We're heading to Nashville
to find the best undiscovered talent.
I can't believe people like you still walk through that door.
This is going to be my favorite class of the year.
I will think about you probably for the rest of my life.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be somewhere like this.
American Idol premieres Monday, January 26 on ABC and Hulu.
Plan your commute around this dreary Monday morning.
Absolutely electric today.
Wait! Go, go, go!
Yeah! Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Eagles, Chargers, Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now. Fly the Northwest with the ladies of WSU Crew, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back to the news in prime time. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy Redman is off tonight. At the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick this morning, hundreds of helping hands gathered, transforming the space into a bustling workshop filled with the spirit of giving. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia says these efforts are focused on making a real difference in the lives of children all across the area.
In just moments, the Three Rivers Convention Center transforms into a local Santa's workshop, a place buzzing with energy and purpose. This is the 16th annual Bikes for Tykes event, a tradition that Tina Clouston says keeps the wheels turning year after year due to the powerful impact it has on children's lives.
We've seen the difference in the community. We've seen a great improvement in the school's attendance, which also helps improve the kids' grades. We've also seen the difference in just activity in the community and seeing more kids out and about riding bikes.
For Jonna Wilson and Paisley Simi, students at Kaipi High School, this is their second year volunteering. They share the same passion to help make a difference by giving children something special.
We're just really into the volunteering thing for people who need it and the children so they can have the best gifts that they can get.
We're here because we're here with our FFA chapter, and we like to volunteer for these types of things to help people out as much as possible.
When it comes to building bikes, we've been given one piece of advice.
Patience is key.
I think the most words of wisdoms would be patience, because you have to remember these are a bunch of construction workers for the most part, and they're working with high school students, and so we always ask them to have patience.
Clouston tells us that more than 500 volunteers come together every year to build these bikes. Among them is a dedicated safety crew making sure every detail is checked carefully.
We have a QC station that is ran by mostly our veteran groups that come in and help. HAPO community is over there. And so we really try to make sure that the QC is manned more by adults. And so the bikes get checked several times before they go out to the community.
What started as a project of 120 bikes has blossomed over the years.
We've grown and grown. We usually average 1,600 bikes. Unfortunately, with the economy and the cost of things, we were only able to order half the bikes this year. So we're still doing 800 bikes, which sounds like a lot, but every year we get 1,400 requests for bikes, and we've never been able to fill all of the bike requests.
These bikes will be distributed far and wide throughout eastern Washington, from Moses Lake, La Grande, up to Yakima, and some even headed as far as Olympia. The organization welcomes any fundraising ideas to help continue supporting this cause. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Yeah, we saw some familiar faces. Wendy was out there. Of course, our Caleb Stipkovitz. So a lot of fun today. By the way, they share that the majority of these bikes will find their new homes with children before Christmas.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Well, we have seen, of course, the winds picking up over the past handful of hours, and it's because we have this big, messy boundary right here. You see, this is a low-pressure system. This is an occluded front. This is a cold front. This is the warm front. So it was the warm front that really packed the punch, and that's what brought our winds out of the south and west. So high winds for the rest of tonight and for tomorrow as well. So let's go ahead and let's talk about what we could see for the rest of the night. 50-mile-per-hour gusts for the basin, for the foothills, and also for the Kittitas Valley, but all of us seeing windy conditions out there. Then for tomorrow, you see a touch lighter for the Yakima Valley and for the basin and for the foothills, but still gusts up around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. So look, if you have loose outdoor patio furniture or Christmas decorations, especially inflatables, be sure you're bringing them inside or that you're deflating them and tying them down at the very least. Okay, and then by Saturday night, still some leftover breezes, but at this point, we're going to have the strongest gusts in our rearview mirror. Okay, and like I said, that warm front pass, that's the one that really hit us with some gusto, and our temperatures noticeably warmer, at the very least milder because of that. So here's what it's going to look like over the next 7 days in the Tri-Cities. Look at this, not just mid-50s, which, I mean, let's add some perspective to this, all right? Mid-50s for this time of the year is already about 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But we could end up in the low 60s by Wednesday, which is 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. We'll definitely flirt with some daily high temperature records. A little bit cooler in a Thursday and Friday, but man alive, it is going to feel very odd out there for this time of the year. Okay, and with those higher temperatures, that means snow levels are going to be way up. So we're going to see a lot of rain in the Cascades over the next week. Let's time out the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. And for tomorrow, mostly the showers are going to be in the Cascades. Now, lower elevation is going to be mostly dry, but key emphasis on that word mostly, as we could have a few showers for lower elevations. Then Saturday night into Sunday, this is when things get a little bit more interesting, as we'll see more moisture building in from the south and from the west. And Sunday morning is probably going to be the wettest time frame of the day. Into the afternoon could trend a little bit drier, but then many more rain chances to go after that. Here's what it's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. Rain chances hovering around 60 to 70%. So rain likely in the Yakima Valley from Sunday through Wednesday, and then a good deal drier for Thursday and Friday. But the Cascades will not get the memo. Here's some of the rainfall projections we're expecting from earlier this afternoon to 4 a.m. next Friday. This is not a typo, folks. 10 to 12 inches of rainfall in the Cascades. And I mean, I could talk about the rest of the region, but why would I? Yeah, there's definitely going to be some localized flooding, at least the potential for it in the Cascades, especially around some of those smaller streams and around some of those fresh burn scars. You think about the Wildcat Fire, the Labor Mountain Fire, the Retreat Fire. So we'll be watching for debris flows in those areas. Also, it is worth mentioning the wintry aspect to all of this. Saturday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. could have close to 0.1 inches of ice for Oregon 204, just a little glaze for some of our Cascade passes. And then in terms of snowfall, from 10 p.m. this evening to 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon, 3 inches for Oregon 204, maybe a couple inches for our Cascade passes. But this is mainly going to be a rain event over the next week, and that's where all the focus is going to be. So here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny and windy Saturday. Rain chances come back Sunday. In Yakima, mostly dry Saturday, then rain likely Sunday through Wednesday. In Ellensburg, wind gusts up around 45 to 50 miles per hour for Saturday. Calmer and wetter starting Sunday. For Hermiston, mostly dry but still windy Saturday. Rain likely Sunday through Wednesday. And finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a few leftover showers for Saturday, but wetter again starting Sunday.
All right. A lot.
A lot of weather, a
Yeah.
lot of rain, 10 to 12 inches of rain in the Cascades. I've never seen that in my 5-ish years being in the Pacific Northwest. Right. So this is one of those times where I hope I'm wrong. I hope we need the rain, but we don't need that much rain in that confined of a time. So
the flood, that's just the flooding. That's the concern. So
yes.
All right. Josh, thank you very much. Well, check this out. A remarkable rescue in Virginia after 2 window washers were stranded 15 stories above ground. Their scaffolding had a mechanical failure, leaving the basket hanging at a really weird angle off the side of the building. A rescue crew from the Fairfax County Fire Department was brought in to help. Rescue workers had to lower themselves down from the roof of the building using a rope system to retrieve the workers. It took 2 trips to get them back to ground safely. Thankfully, nobody was injured. A man accused of impaired driving is under arrest after a chaotic attempt to escape police here in Washington State. Monroe police said on Sunday someone called to report a pickup truck driver who ran onto a curb and hit another vehicle. When officers located the truck, police say the driver got out and made a run for it. But as officers chased him, body cam video shows the man running straight into the side of the building and falling to the ground. The man was arrested, then evaluated at a medical facility. He was later booked into jail on DUI, hit and run, and other charges. A chaotic meeting ends in another step forward for HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s effort to revamp the childhood vaccine schedule. A federal vaccine panel voted to end the decades-long recommendation that infants be immunized at birth against hepatitis B. Karen Kafa brings us more.
A major change on vaccine recommendations for U.S. infants. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's Vaccine Advisory Panel voted Friday to stop recommending all newborns receive a vaccine against hepatitis B, reversing a recommendation in place for 3 decades.
The language offers flexibility, access, coverage at any time. I vote yes.
The lead up to the vote saw delays, contention, and confusion.
We absolutely have not reached consensus.
The members of the panel were handpicked by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a longtime anti-vaccine activist after he fired its 17 sitting members this year. Friday's vote prompting more concern from former panel members.
This RFK Jr. inspired ACIP is full of people who are anti-vaccine activists and science denialists. So you know that the decisions that they're going to be making are not science-based. I worry more about this vote today than anything that's happened so far.
3 members of the panel voted against the change.
I will just say we have heard do no harm is a moral imperative. We are doing harm by changing this wording, and I vote no.
Hepatitis B is a liver infection caused by a virus. It is highly infectious and can be dangerous to children and infants and make them more likely to develop chronic disease. The panel's recommendations shape doctors' guidance to patients as well as state vaccine policy, insurance coverage, and the Vaccines for Children program. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The CDC makes the final decision on vaccine recommendations, but typically aligns with its advisory panel's vote. Still ahead on our news in prime time, we are in the midst of multiple holiday events. We're going to head to Hermiston, where the city's Christmas tree is now shining bright.
Look and feel your best this holiday season with special pricing on Botox and fillers at Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City. Smooth, fine lines, add natural-looking volume, and step into every celebration with confidence. We also offer a full range of dermatology services and products to keep your skin healthy year-round. To schedule your appointment, call 509-588-4555 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Happy holidays.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
We're going to do everything in our power to blow your mind.
Friday, December 12th.
This is the biggest challenge any of us have ever done.
Don't miss a special ABC sneak peek of the Disney Plus docuseries that goes behind the scenes with Taylor Swift.
There's magic in the eras.
The end of an era. A special ABC preview, Friday, December 12th. And stream it all on Disney Plus.
Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish wants to help local families this holiday season.
Do you know someone who needs a bill paid or something else they can't afford?
If so, let us know, and maybe we can help.
To nominate someone and learn more, just click on Christmas Wish at applevalleynewsnow.com.
A big thank you to Idaho Central Credit Union, IBEW Local 112, and Chinook Home Healthcare for supporting Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish.
And we hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey.
Apple Valley News Now in prime time continues. Hermiston Middle School's broadcasting program can't stop winning awards, and one student might be the next big name in TV. Our Caleb Stipkovitz will show you who's making waves. Plus, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office is finding ways to help local families, how deputies are making the season bright for kids in the community.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday night. And I'm Austin Reed. That's Josh Colbrith. Stacy's off tonight. Wendy's off, but we are here and we're bringing you Wind.
Yeah. Boy show.
Yeah, the guy show tonight. Yep.
Yeah, definitely some wind out there and a lot of rain over the next 7 days, especially up in the Cascades. Let's go ahead and talk about those big weather stories. Yeah, you've definitely probably heard your house shaking, or if you went out for dinner this evening, your car was probably shaking out there. So lots of things moving and shaking in the atmosphere this evening, and we could continue to have some big time wind gusts into tomorrow as well. And this is not a typo, folks. I mean, like 10 to 12 inches of snow in the Cascades would be pretty impressive. We're talking 10 to 12 inches of rain over the next 7 days. So there will be a localized flooding threat, and high temperatures are going to be milder because of the warm front. The warm front passing did a couple different things to our weather. It made our weather gusty, and also it's going to make us much milder, maybe getting into the low 60s in the Tri-Cities by the middle of next week. Take a look at some of these current wind gusts out here. 60 miles per hour for US 97 at Sades Pass, 54 miles per hour for Blewett Pass. And lower elevations also seeing gusts. For now, it looks like we're in a temporary lull, but we'll definitely see them ramping back up as we head into Saturday. Temperatures this evening, because of the warm front, much milder out there. If you walk outside in one of those wind gust lulls, it actually feels pretty good. 56 degrees in the Tri-Cities, but a little bit cooler in the valleys with 30s, 40s, and 50s. Seeing some light snow showers this evening in the Cascades. The rest of us are dry. Overnight low is going to be down into the 30s and 40s. High winds continuing. High winds continue into Saturday. But again, if you look past the winds, it's actually going to be a decent day as we'll have mostly sunny skies, and it will end up being mostly dry. And I'll talk about how the wind gusts are going to progress into Saturday, and we'll touch on that flooding threat as well. So all that's going to be coming up a little bit later in the show.
Josh, thank you. Eastern Oregon may be home to some of the most promising young journalists in the country after one school took home top awards from the National Scholastic Press Association's middle school broadcast competition. New in prime time, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells you why one program in Hermiston is gaining national attention.
This is ALTV, winner of the 2025 Student Television Network Distinguished Merit Award.
The award-winning students at Armand-Larvey Middle School in Hermiston are really showing us professionals that we need to step up our game. 8th grader Eric Frost is in his 3rd year of Armand-Larvey's broadcast program. Working mostly as a photographer, 2 pieces he shot video for are big winners in the middle school broadcast competition, with the Entry Chess Club Opens taking 1st place nationally and Great Clips taking 3rd.
I definitely have the most connection with my chess club story, just because it's something that I do personally. You know, chess, it's a fun activity. It's a fun thing to do to pass time. It helps your precognition and other items.
Eric and his classmates Genevicia and Kyle worked together to make the stories, and their awards are a testament to how Armand-Larvey's broadcast program keeps growing. Rob Doherty is the program's teacher. He says he started instructing a broadcast course back in 2012 as an elective, before receiving a call from the school district 5 years ago.
The district said, hey, let's, would you be interested in having this be a full-time elective? And I said, absolutely, because I saw the value in that one class that we had. At that time, That one class, we had like, 90 kids would sign up for it every quarter.
Doherty says he teaches all the way from beginner to level 3 broadcasting, with students fully doing all the filming, writing, and editing themselves. His classes have been winning awards for the past few years, and he's giving the credit to the kids.
I'm always amazed at what they're able to do with what they've learned in class. They never cease to amaze me.
ALTV broadcasts live morning announcements each Friday and has a more in-depth show once a month. Reporting from Hermiston, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
How cool is that? The program is an affiliate of the Student Television Network, which actually runs several competitions each year. We're going to stay in northeastern Oregon and in Hermiston, where the city is getting into the holiday spirit with festive downtown activities all December long. The city kicked off its festivities, though, last night, lighting its Christmas tree and running a lighted parade through Main Street. The Hermiston Parks and Rec Department says the fun is going to continue in downtown all month, starting with Pancakes with Santa and Candy Cane Village events next weekend.
And then every night in December, behind me is going to be a big light show to music. We will also have light show up at EOTech, and so plenty of lights and activities going on.
The light show will start at 5 p.m. every single evening. If you are looking for other holiday events this weekend, there is just a full slate across our region. In the Tri-Cities, the Kennewick Christmas Parade, called the Hometown Holiday Parade, happens on Saturday. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. in downtown. In the Yakima Valley, Sela Winterfest starts Saturday at 4 p.m. with the light parade rolling out at 6. In Kittitas County, Ellensburg's Holiday Night Market runs from 5 to 9 p.m. tomorrow in downtown. Now, for more local events all December, just go to our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. As the holidays get closer, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office is finding new ways to help support students and local families. The Sheriff's Foundation helps fund many of those efforts, giving deputies the ability to step in when they meet someone who needs support. And during the holidays, that often includes events like Cops and Kids, where children can shop for gifts for their families with the help of deputies and volunteers.
Those kinds of things is the heart of the culture of this organization. I've had the opportunity to work under past and current administrations. That's their goal.
The Sheriff's Office says they work year-round to support the community, and they are always looking for new ways to help. Well, the Supreme Court is taking up a major constitutional challenge that would actually redefine who is granted U.S. citizenship at birth. The Supreme Court will decide if President Trump can end birthright citizenship by executive order. Birthright citizenship has been in place since the 19th century. A ruling for the Trump administration could reshape immigration law and affect how parents document newborns. A decision is expected by June. A portable charger sold on Amazon is being recalled over fire risks. INIU is recalling 210,000 power banks sold between August 2021 and April 2022. The charger's lithium-ion battery can overheat and ignite to create fire and burn hazards. The company received reports of 11 fires that caused property damage of over $380,000. Treating patients without harming the environment. That is the goal of the nation's first all-electric acute care hospital opening next week in California. Maribel Gonzalez gives us a behind-the-scenes look of the facility, hoping to lead the way for future health systems in the country.
This is the first all-electric hospital.
UCI Health Hospital in Irvine, California is breaking ground in more ways than one.
What that means is there's no natural gas coming into this entire campus.
It's welcoming patients this month and also opening the door to hospital innovation.
Hospitals operate 24/7, 365, 366 on leap year. We never turn off. They're incredibly energy intensive buildings.
According to the American Medical Association, the U.S. health system is responsible for 8.5% of carbon emissions in the country.
Operations here have no negative externalities, and we're trying to do what's best for our immediate community here.
This 7-story, 144-bed facility is powered by sustainable means, like solar panels and the energy produced by water running through these pipes.
I'd say like 80% of it is water.
Even the kitchen runs on green.
Every appliance you see here is electric. There's no natural gas, but that doesn't mean that I can't make your smash burger.
From the setup of robotics analyzing samples to the use of artificial intelligence inside patients' rooms.
It listens to the conversation, so it's more natural, like you and I now, having a conversation and not me behind a computer typing.
Doctors say high-tech is not only fueling critical care, but also emphasizing human interaction.
This is the way healthcare should be operating in regards to healthcare without harm.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
All right, well, switching gears in more local news, each month, Apple Valley News Now partners up with STCU, finding local heroes and thanking them for what they do. This month, Grace was the lucky recipient. For Grace Schrodenboer, it was supposed to be a regular Wednesday shift, but she was about to find out that her 15 years of service hadn't gone unnoticed.
So we're with Apple Valley News Now and STCU, and you are our Volunteers Count winner. You just won $1,000 towards Grace Clinic for all your hard work.
Grace first walked through these doors simply looking for a way to stay active and useful. She asked if she could help out, and she has never looked back.
I needed something to do, and I came here and asked if I could volunteer, and they said sure. So I started, and I didn't know where to quit.
She stayed because of the people. It wasn't just about the work, it was also about the environment the staff created for her.
They, I don't know, they were just people that helped you along and never I don't know, never griped or anything, you know, and just trying to, if I needed an answer, they were willing to give it to me, and they were just all kind and generous.
Grace currently runs the food pantry logistics, sorting donations and stocking shelves. And while the name Grace Clinic fits her perfectly, she wants to set the record straight.
No, Grace Clinic was before I was here.
Coincidence or not, she is the heart of this place. That's why Erica Watson nominated her.
The age of 92 and still coming and volunteering weekly at our clinic is just so inspirational. And I always tell her, I'm like, you're my goal.
If you've ever thought about volunteering but felt intimidated to start, Grace says it's actually pretty simple.
Just be eager to learn and willing to learn, and they'll help you along.
For Apple Valley News Now, I'm Austin Reed.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
All right, we got a bunch of different colliding temperature boundaries. You see that denoted by the occluded front that's coming off this low pressure system. We got a cold front right here. We got a warm front right here. Josh, what are you even saying? Well, as this warm front passed, that picked up the winds. It's going to make our weather a lot milder as well. Speaking of the winds, yeah, you've probably noticed the winds already for tonight. They're going to continue into tomorrow. But for the rest of tonight, gusts across the map anywhere between 40 to 55 miles per hour. We've already seen gusts actually exceeding this for Sadish Pass, US 97. I think I saw a gust of 62 miles per hour there. So if you have any loose outdoor patio furniture, if you have any Christmas decorations, especially inflatables, be sure to bring those inside, or at the very least deflate them and tie them down. Now for tomorrow, maybe for some locations the winds are going to be a smidge lighter, especially in the Yakima Valley, but look at Ellensburg. Gusts still up around 50 miles per hour. For the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton, Walla Walla, some of those max gusts between 40 to 45 miles per hour. So that's what we'll have to deal with for Saturday, but by Saturday night, still definitely breezy outside, but at this point, the wind gusts will go way down, at least in comparison to Friday night and Saturday during the day. Okay, like we said, another impact from this warm front passing. Our temperatures are going to be warmer. That's kind of stating the obvious, but I mean, they're going to be substantially warmer for this time of the year. Here's what it's going to look like over the next 7 days in the Yakima Valley. All right, let's take the 2 coolest days over the next 7 days. Sunday and Friday, 49 degrees. Even that's about 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Now let's take the warmest day, which is looking to be Wednesday of next week. 58 degrees, making a run for 60. That's about 20 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So feeling very odd out there for the first and second weeks of December. And given that we're going to be so warm, snow level is going to be, for the most part, well above past level. And so that means there's going to be a lot of rainfall. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of rainfall in the Cascades over the next week. So let's go ahead and show you first how it's going to pan out over the next 48 hours and then what we're looking at over the next 7 days. So for the rest of tonight, it looks as if the bulk of the shower is still going to be up in the Cascades. Lower elevations probably going to be mostly dry for Saturday as well. Emphasis on the word mostly, as there could be a few showers for lower elevations, but it gets a lot more interesting for late Saturday night into early on Sunday morning. You see this next round of rainfall and mountain snow going to approach from the south and west, and so Sunday morning looking quite wet, but trending drier after lunchtime. At least that's what the models are saying for right now, but definitely a lot more high-flying action to go after that. So here's what the rain chances are going to look like in the Tri-Cities. 50 to 70% chances, so rain will be likely for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A good deal drier for Thursday and for Friday. Okay, now let's talk about this. I sort of buried the lead here. Well, the first lead was the winds, but the second lead would be the rainfall we'll see in the Cascades. So I kind of saved the best for last year. 10 to 12 inches of rain from earlier this afternoon through 4 a.m. next Friday. So we could definitely see some localized flooding around some of those smaller streams in the Cascades, also around some of the fresh burn scars. You think about the Retreat Fire, the Wildcat Fire, the Labor Mountain Fire. So we'll be watching for debris flows in those areas. But silver lining, we need the rain, and that is a good thing. Okay, there will be a little bit of a wintry component to this storm system. Tomorrow evening, specifically from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. we could have around 0.1 inches of ice accumulating for Oregon 204 at Tollgate and a little bit of a glaze for some of our Cascade passes. So that is something to be wary of, and you should be wary of this as well. This evening through 4 p.m. on Sunday, we could have some modest to moderate snowfall totals for our mountain passes, 3 inches for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, maybe a couple inches for U.S. Highway 12 at White Pass, U.S. 97 at Blewett Pass, but I mean, obviously lower elevations are just going to keep it as rainfall. So here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny and windy Saturday. Rain chances come back Sunday. Then for Yakima, mostly dry Saturday. Then rain likely Sunday through Wednesday. In Ellensburg, wind gust up around 45 to 50 miles per hour for Saturday. Calmer and wetter starting Sunday. In Hermiston, mostly dry but still windy Saturday. And then rain likely Sunday through Wednesday. And finally for Walla Walla, maybe a few leftover showers for Saturday, but wetter again starting Sunday.
Unbelievable. I mean, and it's just, this is rare too.
Yeah, I mean, not only, okay, the wind gust, that's one thing. Then you factor in the temperatures that are going to be about 20 degrees warmer than normal for next week. That's another thing. Then you factor in the rainfall, 10 to 12 inches in the Cascades over the next 7 days, that localized flooding potential. So this is, like I said during the main weather hit, this is high-flying action out there.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, you've been forecasting weather in the Northwest for a number of years, and this is, like you said, this is the one where it's not snow, it's that rain total.
Rainfall, yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I'm sure it's happened before. Sure. Definitely to seasoned veterans who have been in the Pacific Northwest for decades and decades. But at least over the past 5 years, I can't remember an atmospheric river quite like this one.
All right, well, we'll keep everybody posted, so stay with us. Hey, Apple Valley News Now in Prime Time is back with What's Trending. We are talking about Powerball. Stay with us.
Philadelphia, LA Chargers, Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Aw, come on! Leftovers are for quitters! That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended.
And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Save up to $400 on Doctor's Choice Elite adjustable mattress sets. Plus 60 months no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
We are primed for an SEC showdown.
The SEC on ABC, Saturdays.
Saturdays on Apple Valley News Now, sponsored locally by Prosser Orthopedic Center. This is how we care.
Great homes start with great appliances, and great appliances start at Fred's Appliance. Swing into Fred's Appliance and shop the full line of KitchenAid. From refrigerators to ovens, every KitchenAid appliance is on sale now. Like this KitchenAid dishwasher. Now save over $500. With the largest in-stock get-it-today inventory in the region and price match guarantee, Fred's makes upgrading your home easy. Family owned since 1962, we are your local appliance expert. Fred's Appliance, local like you.
Ellensburg is a great place to visit all year long, with awesome scenery, amazing restaurants, and unique places to shop. Let's talk with some local businesses. This is Ellensburg.
Hi, I'm Megan West, owner of Claim Clothing in downtown Ellensburg. Claim Clothing is a store located in our downtown core of Ellensburg, Washington. There is something happening all year long in Ellensburg.
Ellensburg is awesome. We have a great community. We've got a school, a university, and you've got a huge community of locals and outdoor enthusiasts that all, mingle together, so we get to serve all of them. Even if you're not looking for something, people will come in here, and sometimes they'll leave with something you didn't think you needed.
So yeah, you can just come in and grab something small, or you can come in and get that really beautiful statement piece for yourself or someone who's important to you.
So if you're a cool person looking to do some cool things, check out Mountain High Sports and start planning your trip now at myellensburg.com.
Every point counts. The race to $1 million is on at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Earn entries into the $1 million Monte Carlo giveaway with free play drawings every Friday and Saturday starting at 6 p.m. Multiply your entries by 10 times every Monday. Then on January 3rd, we're drawing lucky finalists to play for $1 million at 4 p.m. Play now, win $1 million. Only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
The party's just getting started, and every second takes us closer to 2026.
Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest, live on ABC.
2025, out.
Today is why we wear the uniform, to ensure the safety of all Angelinos.
Try not to mess it up. I'll do my best.
But don't do your best, do my best.
This is a global operation.
LAPD has agreed to help the FBI track down terrorist targets.
Nothing like a day in the job to remind you how quickly life can change.
We're in this together.
All right, back now with what's trending. If you need some extra money for your holiday shopping list, winning the next Powerball drawing should more than cover it.
I'd say so. Saturday night's Powerball jackpot is worth an estimated $820 million. That stands as the lottery game's 8th largest in its history and 2nd biggest this year. There hasn't been a Powerball jackpot winner since 2 tickets won in early September to split nearly $1.8 billion with a B. If there's a Saturday night winner, they'll have the choice to take a lump sum payout of nearly $380 million.
Would you do the lump sum or would you do the other way?
I've heard that lump sum is the better way to go. What about you? Would you take the installment of payments?
I'd do the installments to keep me on track.
Keep you on track.
Otherwise,
keep you more disciplined. You think you would blow it all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll do the payments.
Yeah, love the discipline there.
Yes. Hey, 7-Eleven is introducing an American version of a fan favorite Japanese snack food.
Yeah, you can now get the Japanese-style egg salad sandwich, which I will be passing up on. That would be at participating 7-Eleven, Speedway, and Stripe stores in the U.S. 7-Eleven says its new savory treat is made with, quote, soft and fluffy milk, bread, and rich and creamy egg salad. The sandwich was inspired by the tamago sando, a popular item sold at 7-Eleven stores across Japan. It wasn't immediately clear which U.S. locations will have the sandwich.
All right. Hey, this is super, super cool. Not a dry eye at Medical Lake High School last night as senior Owen Pitts drained the game's first points and was given a very special graduation. In September, the senior and his family learned he had terminal cancer. The gym was packed with the whole town, even supporters from the opposing team, just to show Owen and his family how much they mean to the community. And he nailed it too.
Yeah, he did.
Good shot.
I love seeing the reaction from just everyone, especially the player that was like immediately adjacent to him on the floor, gave him a little dap up. I love it.
Very good. All right, coming up next, we'll have a final look at weather.
Yep.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Apple Valley News Now is topping it.
Apple Valley News Now is Milton Freewater. Apple Valley News Now is Kennewick.
Apple Valley News Now is Sela.
Our broadcast center may be here in Kennewick, but Apple Valley News Now is everywhere.
From the Blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be, leading the way with local news you trust. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
We're going to do everything in our power to blow your mind.
Friday, December 12th.
This is the biggest challenge any of us have ever done.
Don't miss a special ABC sneak peek of the Disney Plus docuseries that goes behind the scenes with Taylor Swift.
There's magic in the eras.
The end of an era. A special ABC preview, Friday, December 12th. And stream it all on Disney Plus.
This card is going to be the ticket to the rest of your career. Welcome to American Idol University.
American Idol is back.
We're heading to Nashville
to find the best undiscovered talent.
I can't believe people like you still walk through that door.
This is going to be my favorite class of the year.
I will think about you probably for the rest of my life.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be somewhere like this.
American Idol premieres Monday, January 26 on ABC and Hulu.
During fall and winter, weather can change fast.
And no one works harder to give you early warnings than Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
We're constantly looking ahead for the next weather event that could impact our area.
It could be a severe storm or just disruptive weather like a small shower that could interfere with soccer or football games.
On air, online, mobile, and social, we'll get it right.
First Alert Weather from Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Always on your side.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken, Red Wings. Coverage begins at 7 Saturday on MeTV.
'Tis the season for festive fun on ABC and Apple Valley News Now.
Are you with me?
With the best lineup of holiday shows.
Let's spread some cheer.
Holiday Magic.
Merry Christmas to all.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
All right, it's time for your reason to smile. This comes from our very own Stacy Lee. She got this picture yesterday driving between Ellensburg and Cle Elum. Some much needed sunshine from yesterday afternoon, but hey, we're getting more sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, but it's still going to be windy. Maybe not this windy, but yeah, take that in, folks. This map is lit up. I would not want to be on US 97 right now, especially if I was driving a high profile vehicle. But hey, the warm front passing, that's made our temperatures much more manageable. 40s and 50s out there, just a few snow showers in the Cascades this evening, most of us dry. So for tonight, 30s and 40s, high winds continuing for tomorrow. We'll end up in the 40s and 50s. Mostly sunny, mostly dry for lower elevations, but not dry at all in the Cascades over the next 7 days.
All right, well, stay safe on the roads. Thank you for joining us for this primetime edition of Apple Valley News Now. I'm Austin Reed alongside Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Have a wonderful weekend. Hoping your news is good news.